welcome back to the channel. It's Iswa. Thank you so much for returning. If you're new here, hey boo. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe so you can stay tuned with what I'm doing. So today we're just doing a cute, this is very glam. This is a very glam, I was getting ready to go out. You know, you wanna look good, girl. You wanna look good. So first, I'm just moisturizing using the Cerave moisturizing cream. And then I'm using the Urban Decay Brow Blade in the shade Cool Cookie to go ahead and fill in my brows. Now this is a double-ended, I guess you would call this a pencil, eyebrow pencil. One side is a pencil and one side is like a brush tip marker. And lately I've been loving just filling in my brows using like the marker side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use a spoolie just to like blend everything in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my brows using, this is the Covergirl Trublend Concealer in the shade Golden Amber. Next, I'm going in with the L.A Pro Concealer. It's the basic orange peachy shade, and I don't apply a lot. I really only apply it to like the inner corners of my eyes, and then around my mouth just for any discoloration I may have, or you know, just covering up anything. But make sure you guys don't apply too much, because I see a lot of times people kind of go hectic with the color concealer, and then you have to go super crazy with a concealer to try to cover that up, or you layer a foundation on top and then a concealer. We really only need a little bit. And next, I'm just setting my face using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And this is just to prevent me from getting oily. Not prevent me, but prolong me from getting oilier. I'm using the Nars Soft Matte Foundation today, so I'm not really too worried about that. But I do this pretty much under all of my foundations just to make sure it's really lasting longer than what it would if I didn't. And then next, I'm just using the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray to just set that. Next, I'm going in with the Nars Soft Matte Foundation in the shade Syracuse. Now, the way I applied it, I would not recommend. That's not the most, you know, the most hygienic way. If you would never use that on a client. The technique that I just used, you would never use that on a client. I really don't use that too often, but you know, I had some excess product on it, so I just used the nozzle to wipe it off. But I 10 out of 10 don't recommend. Do not do that. Pump it on the back of your hand, or actually pump it on like if you have like a palette, you know, if you pump it on your hand absorbs some of it. A palette, it won't. Just going in and blending it in. I know it looks a little crazy, but I'm gonna show you in just a second coming up that it matches like the undertone of my body. See, when I put foundation on, I think of it as just like a base layer. It doesn't necessarily have to look exactly perfect as soon as I put it on, but it needs to look like the underlayer of my skin, if that makes sense. Because you're going in with contour, for example. This is the Huda Beauty Contour Tantour in the shade Medium. Yeah. And I left this clip in really to show you how I nose contour. My two biggest questions that I get: how do I do my lips and how do I contour my nose? So with this, I make sure I create two lines. I don't want to call them stripes, but basically creating a fake nose bridge, but I carry it to the top of my brows and I blend it in into the front of my brows as well. And then I'm just going ahead and blending everything in. And then I'm going to show you in a second this tip I do. You see it, you see it, you see it. So I apply the contour to like the outer parts of my nose as well, just to help create like the perfect nose shape for me. I'm not saying the perfect nose shape, but it's just the shape that I like for me. And then I just go ahead and blend everything in with the sponge. And then next I'm just gonna go ahead and do my jawlines, my temple, and my chin and jawline. And I make sure to blend up, especially like on my cheeks. I always blend up because you're gonna clean it with concealer and put blush on anyway. And you always wanna blend up because it creates like that jawline effect versus blending down. It just looks muddy and your face looks like it's sagging. And baby girl, we don't ever want that. So. And then this is kind of like step one of me doing my lips. I go ahead and I contour right above my cupid's bow and right underneath my bottom lip to create almost like this shadowy effect, almost like a lip plumper without a lip plumper. If you if you get what I mean, it gives the illusion that it's like a shadow there. It just makes them look a little more plump, even though these lips is too big to begin with. And this is the Covergirl Trublend concealer that I was telling you about. And since this is more of like a glam makeup, I'm not necessarily doing, you know, the TikTok trend with the one on the inner corner, one on the outer corner, and baby, that don't work for everybody. That do not work for everybody. If it works for you, kudos. It works for me sometimes depending on the look, if I'm doing like a bare minimum natural look. But I'm giving full glam. I was going out, maybe on a date, maybe not, depends on who watching, mind your business.
Where's the hood niggas? Hey, I'm looking for the hood niggas, come on.
But yeah, so continuing with my nose contouring, highlighting is just as important as the contour. So I'm highlighting my nose bridge and the gap in between the bulbous part, like the very tip of my nose, and the very, I'm highlighting in between those parts. So remember how I put the contour on the outer part of my nostrils? I'm filling in the center part with the highlighter just to create like this really sculpted, you'll see in the end product by what I mean, but yeah. And I'm just blending out that under eye concealer. And one thing you'll notice here is when I blend out my under eye concealer, I don't take it too far out from underneath my eye, because sometimes you can exaggerate your eye too much and it really eliminates that lifting effect. You really only have to maybe to like the end of your eyebrow, if that, to just give it like this highlighter look. So I wanted to pause right here and let you guys know exactly what products I was using because my camera just cut off. So I went ahead and set underneath my eyes using the One Size translucent powder. And then for the liquid blush, I'm using the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Grateful. And I did set my face lightly using the Charlotte Tilbury, the Flawless Finishing powder in the shade Medium 2. And I just lightly set my face because the soft matte foundation is already like very self-setting, so you don't need to use too much powder because you're gonna look super cakey. But next I'm going to go with my Sephora baked foundation powder in the shade Tan, and I'm just bringing some color back into my face after using the Charlotte Tilbury powder. You know, girl, we don't need to be too Caspery out here. Bring some color back. And I'm really going over all the spots except for underneath my eyes. So even though I concealed like my chin and my forehead, I don't mind going over those parts with the powder because I really just want my under eyes to be the main, you know, the main attraction. And next I'm going in with the Morphe bronzer in the shade Trailblazer. And I'm just gonna go ahead and redefine that nose contour that we already did. Like I said, I do bring it into my eyebrows, and I also buff it into like the the hollows of my eye, like the right underneath your eyebrow part and right off your nose bridge. It just helps create like a seamless, cohesive look throughout the face, and I really love that. You know, I don't want anything to be too harsh or too stark, so anything that I can get for everything to look blended, I'm gonna do it. And I'm just cutting my cheekbones using the Laura Mercier. And I'm using the Patrick Star One Size Translucent Beauty or Translucent Setting Powder underneath my eyes. Just because I really like the blurring effect. It looks really good in person. It looks so smooth. It really helps with like my under eye creases and everything like that. So, and then while I'm quote unquote baking, I'm gonna bake my nose contour as well. And I say quote unquote baking because I don't bake really. Like, I'll put it on. I think this was maybe on for like 4 minutes before I started dusting it off. And I'm taking that same Morphe bronzer and using it as eyeshadow. And that's another tip too. If you use your bronzer that you use for your face as an eyeshadow, it's almost like, it just looks super natural. And next I'm going in with the Beauty Bay blush in the shade Peach. I wanted to use something that was a little more on the natural side, but also still very, you know, very cute. And I placed this on the high parts of my cheekbones, but I do drag it closer to underneath my eye as well. It just creates like this really soft, almost like, it's like a glam moment without being too glam. And I'm going in with the Inglot, I think it's like the AMC something 77, the Inglot gel liner. And if you know, this liner is hands down the blackest eyeliner I've ever used. And if you're not too experienced with gel liner, I just would not recommend doing this at all. You can always use the NYX point liner, the matte liner. I love that as well, but I've just really been a gel liner girl for the past maybe like year, so. And y'all can't tell me nothing because this liner is flawless. No concealer cleanup, no nothing. Give me my props. Quit playing with me because this is probably like top 3 best liner moments I've ever had. Come on now, don't play with me. And y'all remember how I used to struggle to do those inner corners, because I used to always love how the TikTok girlies do like the little feline cat eye thing on the inner corner. Girl, I got it down pat. Oh, I'm not gonna say down pat, but I got it down. But I'm gonna get it packed soon. But yes, like, oh my god, I love that trend so much. This is the Morphe Continuous Mist Setting Spray. This is like the OG Morphe setting spray. And this just locks in all those powders. You see the color? You see the color? You see the color coming back to the body? Because it was giving Michael Jackson. It was giving. Next, I'm going in with some inner corner highlight. This is from the James Charles palette, I think in the shade Ring Light. And now I'm showing you guys how I do my lips. So this is just the MAC Chestnut lip liner first. And then I'm going to go in with, from Beauty Creations in the shade Latte, their matte lip gloss, I believe. Matte lipstick, matte lip gloss. But yeah, so I only overline the center, my cupid's bow, and the center of my bottom lip. And then I just fill everything in, make sure like my liner's defined. And I'm going in with that matte lip gloss. And I'm just going to blend everything together with my fingers. I'm going to, you know, pucker my lips a couple times and then blend everything with my fingers. And I thought I wanted to stick to the matte look, the matte lip, but I'm just a gloss girl by nature, so in the end, you'll see me go for a gloss. Next, I'm using the Maybelline Sky High Mascara in the darkest shade. Honestly, I hate to say it, but I feel like this mascara is a little overhyped. It's a little overhyped. It's okay, but I've definitely used, like, even from Maybelline, I've used better mascara, so. And next, I'm just throwing on these dramatic lashes. Y'all, my Raphael lashes. I can't use it no more. If you know, you know. My old videos, I always use the same pair of lashes, but they too worn out now. I have to buy a new pair. But these are V-Lux by I Envy in the style Millennial Pink. Millennial, one of the two. Millennial Pink. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of over the long lash phase, you know, when everybody's rocking the super, super long lashes. But I think this is like the best decision I made, was to use these lashes. And next I'm gonna go change real quick. And baby girl, that is pretty much it. Thank you all so much for tuning in into another video. I know I haven't been the most consistent on here, and I'm gonna promise to try to change that, but you know, sometimes life be kicking our ass. I ain't gonna lie to you, be kicking us. But I'm gonna try to be consistent. I made sure to get some shots away from the camera so you can see that, you know, up close, since my lights are so bright, it may look a little washed out, but everything really matches my body. Everything is so cohesive. And yeah, make sure you guys follow me on all my social medias at Cart Eastwood, specifically Instagram, because that's what I be on the most. I love you guys, and until next time, bye boo.